from 54 to 89. Geoffrey died 1186. Richard, in fact, reigned 1189 to 99. All right. All right, well, you see, you can't understand a genealogical table like that, so we'll put the table on the floor, so to speak. Please yourselves. Right. Now then, who are you?
Dennis Dunstable.
Yes, no, I know. Yes, but who in fact were you, Dennis?
Oh, well, one of them on the board.
Right, yes, in fact, the father figure of the Plantagenet dynasty, King Henry II.
And I'm his wife Eleanor, aren't I?
Yes, yes, indeed you are, Maureen, of Aquitaine, yes.
Hello, Eleanor. Is dinner ready?
Yes, it's in the oven, Henry.
Good, right. Now you have 4 sons.
Have we got a dog?
Yeah, well, as many as you like, Dennis, but I think we'll concentrate on the sons first.
Oh, couldn't I have a little girl first?
No.
Why Candy? I think that's ever such a nice name.
No, if she's a princess, better be Candice.
Look, this is history, not Peyton Place. You can't go having children willy-nilly all over the place.
Quite right. Planned families are happy families.
Monsignor Stopper says that in the eyes of the church
Yes, right, Maureen. Right, Craven. Now, you will be the first son, the young Henry.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And I'm very sorry to have to tell you that you die at a very early age.
Oh, well, I'll sit down.
Yes, the young Henry. Now, the second son was Richard. Anybody? Yes, that was Richard. All right, Sir Lawrence, stand over there, will you? And the third one was Geoffrey. Wesley.
All right, Eleanor, when did he happen? On a cricket tour?
And you were the fourth son, the evil King John.
Oh, Mummy, Daddy!
All right, shut up. Well, there we have it. The noble house of the Plantagenets.
Can't I be in it? Can't I be somebody's mistress?
In a minute, Sharon. You're having trouble, Craven?
I'm dying, ain't I? Like you said.
Not until I kill you off, which will be very shortly.
Help, Father!
I'm not in. I'm taking the dogs for a walk.
Dennis!
You said I had dogs. I got a brown one and a black one.
little corgis, eh, Henry?
Here, Chief, that Richard, what's Frankie? Weren't he Richard the Lionheart?
That's very good, Duffy.
And me, John. Weren't he the brother got his feet under the table when Richard was on the crusades?
Excellent, yes.
Oh, no, it ain't. Abbott, you're John.
Who says?
I do.
I wanted to be John anyway.
Right, yes. And the first of Henry's sons to take a wife was Richard.
All right.
Sharon?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, come on, Shy, you could be my daughter-in-law.
No.
And his wife was the most beautiful woman in Christendom, Princess Berengaria of Navarre.
Who?
Princess Berengaria.
Berengaria Evergreen.
Hello, darling. How many kids are we having?
None, as a matter of fact.
Oh, no, I'd want children.
Oh, let her have some, sir.
Look, we are learning history, not rewriting it. As a matter of fact, Richard never actually consummated his marriage.
You mean he never...
No, he never had. Look, this is not musical chairs, you know.
Don't stoop, dance, Hedges.
No, thank... Oh, what is it, a staff affair or something, sir?
No, your class here. This is country dancing, isn't it?
In fact, not, sir. No, living history. Or rather, moribund history.
Splendid. And who are you, Craven? Craven.
Craven. I'm his dead king, ain't I?
What, Rex Mortuus, eh?
No, Henry Plantagenet.
Good. Well done, Hedges.
Well, thank you very much.
Good.
Well, is that it, sir, or was there something else?
To the first question, no. To the second, yes. Panalal Datta.
Another dance?
Wrong. A boy.
Boy?
Yes. A little Indian chap. He's here in transit, as it were. His father's waiting for a position. Maybe here a month, maybe a week.
And I've been lumbered with him, am I?
Hedges, there is nothing wrong with being an Indian. Or a West Indian either, Wesley.
Wesley, and it's nothing to do with that. It's just that I've got enough on my
Thank you,
plate.
Hedges, thank you. I knew I could count on you. Come in, young man.
All right, back to your thrones, you Plantagenet.
Top notch. Mustache. Oh, and coven. Remember, never be afraid of dying. We shall all meet again in the summer land.
Stroll on.
Well, now, Well, welcome to 5C,
Panalal, sir.
Panalal. I was just, in fact, discussing the Plantagenet dynasty. But if you are not acquainted with it, I do understand.
Well, sir, whilst in no way claiming an authoritarian disposition towards the subject, I can claim a modest knowledge of this particular genealogy.
What was your last school, in fact, Panalal?
The Sarabindranath Tagore Academy, Bombay.
Ah, well, that's a little out of our depth, I'm afraid, but find yourself a seat anyway.
Thank you, sir.
Where's your elephant, then, Gungadin?
In the cycle shed with all the other vehicles.
Tuck yourself down here,
Excuse me, ladies.
Oh, you got dear little manners, eh?
Well, if you're all quite ready for me now... All right, now, look, I want to remind you that Friday is the first meeting of the Reborn Parent-Teacher Association. And I would like you to encourage your parents to come along.
What, so you can rat on us?
Yeah.
Good night, sir.
Oh, Panalal, just a minute. I don't know whether your parents will be interested. I know you only may be here for a few days, but if they'd like to come along, they'd be more than welcome.
Thank you, sir. I will inform them accordingly.
Good.
Do I have your permission to withdraw, sir?
Permission to withdraw? Oh, please do. Yes, please do. Always hitchhike to Bombay, I suppose.
They've been open now for 10 minutes.
I see we're all champing at the bit.
Oh, aye, champ.
It's so moving to see the staff fired with any new idea.
New? Look, our Parents-Teacher Association died a natural death 5 years ago, so why does Frankenstein Hedges have to breathe new life into the corpse?
I believe it's called enthusiasm. So kindly forget your standing order with the brewery and show some.
May the powers of darkness rot your bloomers.
We even played them at hockey.
Oh, one of the corpses has come alive. Who, Smithy?
The parents, when I was teaching at Worthing. Oh, a very flourishing association we had. We enjoyed many fruitful and often jolly evenings together.
Yes, one could in Worthing.
Indeed, it was whilst rehearsing our joint production of the Lyric Domino that I met, and later came to love, a certain Miss Pat Williams.
You dirty old thespian. Does Madge know about this?
Madge is Miss Pat Williams that was.
It's all right. I've laid on the refreshments. All set.
You're the one who needs setting in concrete.
You've got some powder on your nose, monsieur.
My word, isn't this thrilling? The rebirth of our Parent-Teacher Association.
Well, I'm so glad you're excited about it, sir.
But I can't come.
But you can't come.
Now, I'm désolé, of course, but this very night is my,
And what's your,
Rotary Club. Rotary Club. Well, bonne chance. And tonight, I want you to think of Doris as me. Good night.
Just one word, Mr. Dyson.
Doris Cromwell!
Well, they should be here soon. I'll go along and welcome them. If you'll all like to come along in about 5 minutes and really get to know the parents.
I hope there will be free intercourse.
What did you say?
So many parents tend to encapsulate themselves when faced with teachers. I hope they will have lots of questions for us.
Well, I've got one for them.
Oh, God, what?
How the hell they managed to sire such a concentration of parasitic fungus?
And I would like to close my opening by welcoming you all here this evening. And I hope that this magnificent turnout will one day become a larger, much larger, active association. Good. Well, now, any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
This isn't the Evening Institute guitar class, is it?
No, I'm afraid it's not.
I thought so. Thought it was funny when I saw nobody else had a guitar with them.
Oh dear, got the wrong room. Well now, Mrs.
Quimby.
Mrs. Quimby, and Mr. and Mrs. Datter. Yes, Panallal's parents. Well, Mrs. Quimby and Mr. and Mrs. Datter, this is where our work really begins. Oh my God. The rest of the staff.
Along here and get in.
It was at this point I thought we might get to know one another.
Most of us already do.
And I thought we might mingle.
Mingle? There's enough of us here to bloody suffocate.
Miss Ewell, this is Mr. and Mrs. Datter, Mr. Price, Mr. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Datter. Now then, we don't all congregate in one corner of the room, do we? There's Mrs. Quimby, Mrs. Quimby. Mrs. Quimby.
Oh, well, I hope this is enough. I had to promise Mrs. Savage all sorts of things to get this much.
Enough? Oh, why, I should think that's ample. Yes, thank you very much.
And those spoons with the sticking plaster on them are my rubies, so I want them back, you see.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Potter. Perhaps, I could take it from here.
You'll take your hands off my trolley. This is an administrative trolley, you know, and I'm an administrative executive. Therefore, I'll executive this trolley. Now, if you just kindly open the door. Do you mind not impeding my progress? Thank you. Here we go. Good evening, all. I've laid on some modest refreshments, and... Do come and join us, Mr. Edges. There are 125 buns in here for you.
Oh, yeah, this bloke. Yeah. My mum. Just as we got to the door. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Looking for something hot, sir?
I found it, I think. One egg gigantaburger, chips and coffee, please.
Right.
Egg gigantaburger, chips and coffee. Sorry, I missed you.
Oh, it's all right, I've just come in.
No, I mean down at Finn Street. I used to be in 5C. Sharon's my mate. Here. Mrs. Cobalt down the flat says you only invited them Indian people to your parents' meeting. That right?
That's absolute nonsense.
Oh, are you dominant? You know what I'm going to do now?
You're going to get my lunch, I hope.
That's right.
Oh, naughty.
Just got time for a quick come and sit there, that's Oh, come here, you and half a mucky pup. Hold your head still.
Mum, that's my teacher.
Oh, yeah, you got a teacher's face.
Thank you.
You don't mind if we sit here, do you? Only it's such a relief.
No,
I
no.
can't begin to tell you about my legs. Oh.
Thank you. If you don't mind if I rush my food, Mrs. Abbott, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, please do. Just a wheat tea for me, love, and a banana split for my little soldier.
Oh, I need chips, Mum.
No, you don't, my duck. Bless him. Of course, with me, you know, the legs come from the stomach.
Well, directly.
Oh, yes. Well, my little soldier will tell you he's seen his mum struggling with her stomach, haven't you, Frank?
Oh, I need chips.
No. Of course, you know I hemorrhaged for 3 days.
These gigantaburgers are filling, aren't they?
Well, I did. And then, of course, on the 3rd day, they took me in. But do you know, when I come round, half my tubes had gone.
Well, I hope you managed to carry on with the other half, Mrs. Harris.
That's why I couldn't come to your parents' meeting, you see.
Well, that's understandable with your legs coming from your stomach.
Yes, well, of course, they went, though, didn't they? Them Indian people.
Just as well, I suppose. Somebody for me to talk to.
Yes, but I mean, it's funny, isn't it? You know how pushy they get.
Everybody was, in fact, invited.
Yes, but they had to go, didn't they?
Well, good day, Mrs. Abbott. Enjoy your Indian tea, won't you?
And that is the actual ritual thuggy murder.
Bleeding gruesome, isn't it? It's shrewd, though. I mean, if the law searches you, they can hardly say a scarf's an offensive weapon.
Not if they didn't know.
Here, was them thuggies thugs?
Now, that is very clever of you, Dennis.
Why?
Because you have seen the British word thug is derived from the cult of thuggy.
Oh, so I did.
Okay, Sharon, baby. Lucky you at Wester, because if I'd have done him, I'd have knocked him right through that wall.
And I've been interesting. Pan's been telling us all about Indian things.
What? Love making and that?
No, rituals. Of course, you can do that being like a real native.
But we are all natives of our own country.
And all God's children.
Oh, I know, but you're the first Indian at Finn Street what really comes from India. All the rest was born over here. I mean, the Londoners like us. Same with the West Indians, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wesley.
Yeah, like when we asked him to show us limbo dancing with the high jump apparatus.
Yeah.
He didn't even know what it was.
You know, you've made a very interesting sociological point.
Have we?
Yes, and one I would like to develop further. But our time together is very limited. Because you see, I am leaving on Friday.
I wish you wasn't.
Maybe just as well, though, Pam, me old son. Your mum and dad stirred up a bit of a hornet's nest by going to that meeting.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it does take a bit of crediting. You see, none of the parents went to the meeting naturally. But when they hear a couple of immigrant parents bothered, they get all up in the air about being squeezed out in their own country.
Oh, dear. That is racial intolerance.
A lot of bloody fools, if you ask me.
Still, at least the country's got a new intelligentsia like us coming along, isn't it?
Oh, blimey, what thought? Yeah. Frankie Abbott as Prime Minister.
Hello, brothers. Hello, kiddies. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Norman.
Now, would any of you like to buy some nice buns, eh? An each?
Here, that ain't your love bucket, is it?
I know what my buckets are for, Sonny, because the animals are colour-coded for instant identification.
So, is that your lair bucket?
Red is for toilets, green for windows, a gold for the headmaster's car, and your natural colour, you see, for your other amenities. Get the idea? Right, well, now, when do you like to buy some buns? Come on, come on.
Bang 'em round here.
Very well, then, you want a bit of change for that one, yeah? Hang on a minute.
Gordon Bennett! Oh, Bennett! How long you had these?
Oh, well, only since Friday.
What, Good Friday?
Why, it's his parents' fault they left him.
So this, in fact, will be the second meeting of the Parents-Teachers Good Night, which is basically the same principle as good night as before, only by this time good night. Look, am I going to get my support or not?
No.
Smithy?
No, but it was so embarrassing. No less than 8 of us trying to make conversation with the parents of a boy who'd only been in the school one day.
Yes, but there might be dozens there tonight, Smithy. We might not even be able to get through the door.
At Worthing, we even had soirée musicale. And Mrs. Dawes and her wind ensemble, I remember.
We might not even be able to get through the...
Never mind, Mr. Hedges. You and I can take a parent each this evening.
Well, that's very funny, Doris. You mean you're staying? Doris, I could kiss you.
I'm staying more from a sense of duty than one of optimism. And we'll dispense with the kissing, I think.
I should bloody well hope so.
Hedges, what can I say?
You're désolé, but you can't make it again.
Thank you for being so understanding. Doris, are you ready?
Ready?
No, she's staying. She said so.
Ready for what, Headmaster?
I've arranged a date for us this evening.
A date?
No, she said so.
With Mr. Mullen of Weaver Street. We're going to talk about the inter-schools boxing. After all, Doris, you know much more about boxing than I do. Come along.
What a bloody farce.
Ah, that's the word I've been looking for. Look, boy, forget it. Come over the road and I'll buy you a nice, long, cool pint. And I'll introduce you to a new barmaid I've been priming with my irresistible Welsh charm.
Behind me, you bloody Welsh Satan.
Sell your soul to me, boy. And I will buy you a pint and a hot sausage.
No, I'm going to go there tonight, even if there are only a couple of people.
You've been a bit optimistic, aren't you? I mean, Panalal, what's it? He left today, didn't he? I mean, I assume he took his parents with him. Now, by my reckoning, that leaves just, you. Talking to your bloody self.
You don't mind if I insist on a seat, do you, dear? But I've only been off the drip feed a fortnight. Tara, there was so much left, you know. When I was on that operating table, I was offering between this world and the next. Well, I was on a different plane, you see.
Good evening.
There was all these spirit figures chanting, "Go back, Vera, go back. We aren't ready for you this side of the veil yet."
Good evening, Mrs. Abbott.
Eh?
Tube's a little better tonight, aren't it? Well, what a magnificent turnout. I think we all owe a debt of thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Datta for engendering such a spirit in the neighbourhood.
Yes, I see they're not here, though. I suppose they thought they wouldn't get the preferential treatment with all the English people here.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they're not here, in fact, because they left the district.
Yeah.
Then we're wasting our time.
And there's no question of preferential treatment.
Well, where's all the other teachers then? Them blacks and all the staff.
Yes, they did.
Well, this is a little difficult, perhaps, to understand, but all the other teachers did, in fact, have prior engagements.
Oh,
Well, that says it to me. Second-class citizens, that's what we are. And I'm off.
No, please don't go. No, don't go. I'm going to mingle with you and talk about your children.
Of course, they all had tea, you know they did.
But so do we. So do we have tea. Ah! Just in time, Mr. Potter.
Well, that's a laughter start, that is. I reckon it's a bloody disgrace. 2 mouldy cuts. I'll show you.
You've done it again, haven't you?
You could make some more, can't you?
Oh, no, I can't. I'm not going to have you mucking about with my catering.
No, please don't go. Look, we can keep washing the cups out or something. I've got some dried milk. Just a minute, Mr. Potter. If there is one parent left in the room, then the Parent-Teacher Association is a living thing.
Mrs. Quimby?
Yes.
The parent?
Yes.
Mrs. Quimby's one of my cleaners.
Mrs. Quimby?
Yes, that's right.
What are you doing here, Dora?
Well, I just come in for a sedan and a warm.